G'day everybody, welcome back to another episode of Crafted by Tim. Today we're going to be talking about PPE. PPE. Now what is PPE? PPE stands for Personal Protective Equipment. Now this includes things like safety glasses and earmuffs. I don't have an awful lot of battery for some reason, so I'm going to try and make this quick. Now, when it comes to welding, you need a face shield of some kind. It's just common sense, and it's really helpful to stop you from, trying to dig out your eyes with spoons, because it feels like someone's rubbing sandpaper against them. That's what welder's flash feels like. You want to avoid this the best you can. Get yourself one of these. But you don't really want to get yourself one of these because you have a hand that's exposed, so now you have to throw a glove on it. In theory, you should be wearing gloves anyway. And you have a hand that's just doing this. Just holding it. You could be doing other things with that hand. Like holding a cup of coffee, holding a beer. Shouldn't drink and operate machinery at the same time. But you could hold a beer for someone else. So this isn't that great. What you need is one of these. Now I managed to pick up one of these at the swap meet this morning for a not too bad deal. It was $8. You look on the internet, you generally find these things for like 40, so go to your swap meets. Something else that was inside this is this lens. Now you might not be able to see all those scratches and stuff like that. Be very careful. These are scratches. It might be just dust on yours. If you don't know, just grab yourself a cloth and just wipe it down with some lens cleaner, microfiber cloths preferably, so you don't scratch it if there aren't any actual scratches. But if it comes off and you can see black, that means that it's scratched. Don't use it. With these ones, because they're shiny, that basically means that they're at the end of their lifespan. But you can also get other ones, such as this one, which is just black. This welding mask, yeah, it's alright, but I reckon we can do something better with it. I reckon we can make it look really, really cool. Let's get started. Right, so I've spent a good day thinking about this, and I'm going to make a start. So, the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this sanding sponge. I couldn't find any Scotch-Brite, so I'm just going to use this sanding sponge. I'm going to sand this entire thing down. Also, I don't know who HB is, but yeah, HB, I now have your helmet. It's pretty nice. Okay, so unfortunately it is really windy out today, so not sure how well this is going to work, but hopefully it will work okay. So what I got here is something called bog. You've ever heard of someone saying, yeah, they messed up their car, so they're just going to do a bog job? It's basically a filler. You use it to fill in cracks, and most of the time people use it to fill in dents in their car. There's not an awful lot that I can say about it because I've never really used it before, but I'm pretty sure it's just an Australian thing. I was looking for Bondo body filler, but they don't have that here. So we're going to use some bog. Should be fun. So I'm just going to mix up the suggested amounts. I'm going to apply it to the entire front of this. A very light coat, so most of this sort of texture is going to disappear. I'm not sure how well you can see that. Most of the texture is going to disappear, and then hopefully we'll be able to bring out some of those, whatever's left of that texture, to get a really cool effect later on. I'm actually going to take this down to the shed and hit it with the air compressor and see whether I can get rid of some of this dust. Time to bug this up. Okay, so whilst the copper sides and back are drying, because I have flat black here, I want to paint the rest of this. This stuff dries really quickly. It's fiddly bits. It's fiddly bits. It's pretty fast drying. I'll do the rest of the headgear, coat of this. Forgot about these. On this side, I accidentally chipped out whilst trying to clean this up the top end of this bullet hole, which is really unfortunate. However, I glued it back in with some super glue. I realized that when I glued this back in, it dripped a little bit, so I did it a few more times in other areas. Hopefully, when this all dries, I'll be able to make it look a little bit more like blood. I don't know, I reckon it'll look pretty cool. So first up, I'm going to give it a coat of this high temperature charcoal. Oops. Same color that I used for the front part that goes on this. Yeah, hopefully this will just help protect it from spontaneous combustion, but as it is a higher temperature paint, it's made for higher temperatures like potbelly stoves. But also, on that note, I'm going to try and I'm not entirely sure whether or not doing this to your welding mask is a good idea, but what I've got now on this table is a bunch of different spray paints. So when this project is done, I'm going to set fire to this table. I'm going to try and set fire to this table, as it isn't a very important table, and I'm more or less just going to throw a match on it, and if it spontaneously combusts, that's basically saying probably shouldn't do this. But if it doesn't, then I'm willing to say that if it's safe on this, it's probably going to be safe on this. Looks slightly different now. So what I'm going to do now, what I've done is I've just taken some mineral terps and a whole lot of paper towels and just taken off as much colour as I possibly can. I haven't roughed up the surfaces at all, but I probably should have. Oh, too late, doesn't matter, don't care. I mean, a rough as guts job anyway, so should be okay. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to take the copper again. I'm just going to go over this part here, just the little visor window thing. The rest, I'm going to leave this sort of lead silver colour. Okay, going to give that a little bit of time to dry, and then I'll come back. I'm going to see whether I can do these shadows again. What we're going to be doing now is we're going to be doing a little bit of hand painting. So we're going to be going over some of these lighter colors. The silver there on the front. I'm going to be going around some of this copper with a little bit of green sort of paints. We're going to be working on the scarring and that sort of stuff. I was gonna go for like a super hyper realistic sort of look, but I have found that doing that sort of thing is quite difficult. So what I'm going to be doing instead is a much more stylized effect. Hopefully I get same sort of quality. So what I'm going to start off with is I'm going to start off by working on this bullet hole looking thing up here. Get my music ready, and yeah. Now I'm going to do some wear on some of these rivets because some of them are quite new looking. These ones and the silver ones are quite new looking, so I'm going to weather those, and then I'm going to go through and add shadows heading in the same direction as the last one, as the other shadow that I've added. Well, that was fun. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you're enjoying your day. I'm also very tired. Anyway, I hope you'll join me next week for a very, very special build. I'm going to be going back to something that I haven't gone back to for a while. Subscribe if you're new, and that'll help you figure out when that's going to happen. But otherwise, stay safe, happy crafting, and as always, cheers. Nailed it. As promised, I did say that I would test whether or not this table is going to spontaneously combust with extreme temperature because of the paint. My thoughts is that once the paint is dry, it is no longer flammable, and as you can see, the paint is indeed dry. Magnesium sparkler, they burn at like 2000 degrees Celsius. So if I can't get this table to just go boom with a sparkler, burning at 2000 degrees Celsius, I highly doubt that your UV rays coming off a welder is going to be able to do it. So, don't try this at home.